Welcome everyone, this is Pine Leaf Needles and you're listening to LOTRO Players News, where we take a look at the latest news in LOTRO and hear LOTRO players. And this week we have with us Andang,
Hey, everybody.
Naven,
Hey, y'all.
Garvette,
At your service and your families.
and Forte Maestro.
Yes, I'm still here.
And this week's news is that Turbine took the week off for Christmas and New Year holiday.
Good for I think that they need to spend time with their
Well
family
deserved.
now that they're in a new company and uncertainty.
Okay.
And
Actually, I guess I should say Standing Stone.
Yes, finally.
Standing Stone
That's
games,
right.
not
Standing
Yes.
Stone Games.
although Turbine probably took off too, but that's not what the show's about anymore. So
Right. It's not about Turbine. It's about Standing Stones.
Standing Stone, I found out. It's just one stone.
yeah,
Just a single stone.
but multiple games.
Multiple
multiple
games
games,
from,
that's right.
from the Standing Stone.
That's right.
So therefore, let's head into our store sales. What's on sale this week?
Terry's not here to tell us.
Terry!
Well,
I'll do it. I'll do it. I'll do it. I have never done it. Okay, we have free sample of the week, December 30th through January 5th, plus 100% mark acquisition for 90 minutes times 1. Use coupon MARQUES, MARQUES. They're getting fancy on us. 1 per account. 20% off on stat tones, regeneration food, run speed boost, and plus 5 attack damage. I will channel Terry now and go, meh. Double points. Don't forget that we have double points now through January 2nd, and there's also, don't forget, LOTRO market deals are on through the 2nd, and they're really, really good deals. So if you need any
Yeah.
expansion packs or any of that stuff, do it now.
That is the way to go. Absolutely.
How'd I do?
Yes.
Probably
Awesome. Yeah.
Probably didn't pass the audition, but I can be an understudy.
All right, then let's head into LOTRO Players News, and we'll begin with our community events for December 30th through January 5th. And are there a large number of New Year's events going on?
That's
I
a
actually
good
haven't heard of
question.
any at all. Surprisingly, on Landral, there's like nothing.
I will tell a tale. I will tell a tale about, I don't know about an event. I think it's probably just like an event, like a personal event, of our very own Lily Kate Buggins. I got a private message a little while ago, and she observed that playing Drunken Lotro was quite fun. It's the first time she'd ever done it. I think she meant
LOTRO.
I think she meant herself personally drunk, not her alt. In other words, she was celebrating New Year's, drink, and now she was playing Lotro. She says, I've never done this before. It's quite fun. So there is some event going on someplace.
Well, and there also is the Grand New Year's Snowball Fight, which is going to
Oh.
be taking place tomorrow on New Year's, so this will be after podcast listeners, but it will be on Laurelin at 2:30 p.m., and the location will be Frostbluff Snowball Field, and basically they will be gathering together on the snowy fields to throw snowballs at each other and be merry. So there you go, on the 1st of January
At what time on the 1st of January?
at 2:30.
Is that 2:30 server time or Laurelin time?
I'm pretty sure
it's-
all of these are server time, finally.
No, actually it's 2:30 GMT. which is
So it would seem. So it is Laurelin time.
So I assume that's AM or PM?
That's PM.
2:30
2:30 p.m.
That's going to be something 5
So-
hours.
6:30, 6:30 Central, 7:30
Yeah,
Eastern.
that'd be 9:30 Eastern, 8:30.
8:30
Oh,
Central.
9:30.
Yep.
9:30. Okay, right, 9:30. Hello, yeah.
Get up in the morning, throw snowballs. That'll wake you up.
All right, then let's exploring the Lord of the Rings begins on Tuesday, January 3rd in Maven. I think
So
you must-
exciting. I do. I know something about this. Yes, I do. So our very own token professor, Corey Olson, is and Standing Stone. I need to give them credit because it's been kind of a partnership deal between Signum and Standing Stone. Is starting on Tuesday a course. We've talked about this before, but there's a few more details. A course on the Lord of the Rings. Literally going through the trilogy, I mean, in as much detail as Corey's always wanted to go through, which is going to take a while. But it starts on Tuesday, January 3rd, on Professor Token's birthday, 9:30 server time. And Standing Stone has actually created a lore hall specifically for the course, although it may not be ready by Tuesday because there won't have been an update. But the next update we have, this lore hall is going to go into play, so that's going to be really interesting as well. We're going to be going on every server. Actually, there's an article on site. There's also a discussion board on lotro.mythgard.org, which will have like which server we're going to be on each week and all that good stuff. And we're going to start right off with chapter 1 and just straight on till morning. So it should be really good. If you guys know about Corey as a teacher, I mean, he's really knows his stuff. He's really funny. And he really does, his specialty really is close reading, where you really get in and really look closely at what's, and I've learned so much. I mean, there's pieces of Lord of the Rings that I've actually done that with to prepare for like papers and stuff that really completely changed kind of like my thinking about a particular scene in the book that I've read for years and years and years. So even if you've read Lord of the Rings a bunch, there's bound to be like new ahas go on in this course. Also, if you can't make it, it'll be on Twitch, it'll be in game. And if you can't make it, it's going to be on YouTube and also the Signum iTunes U. So it's going to be, you can watch it at your leisure if you want. So it should be really terrific. I'm really looking forward to it.
And how cool is it that they've created a lore hall for you guys? That
Isn't
is
it
amazing.
Cool? I mean, that is so awesome. It really is. We have a really good relationship with those guys. Corey just can't say enough good, and neither can I, but Corey's the one with the gravitas more than I about, their adherence to the lore. I mean, it's one of the best adaptations. In fact, I'm going to be doing the master's thesis on a portion of LOTRO, with regard to it as a literary, as its literary value to because they've just been so good about that. And then, I guess they kind of, they like us. They really like us.
Thank you, Sally Field.
So anyway, so I hope folks come to it. Lotro.mythgard.org. I'm actually still in the process of doing this, but I'll be putting up instructions about how to participate, whether you're doing Twitch or whether you're in game. There's going to be a place there also to be able to put questions. So if you're watching it, later, you can still ask questions that Corey can answer later. So if you're a lore hound at all, I think you'll really enjoy this course. It's going to be awesome. I think I don't have anything else to say about it at this point.
All right. Then let's head into the next chapter of The Family Line, part 115.
And that's all I have to say about that.
Forthcoming Doom. I hope he's not talking about the new year.
He might be, finally. But yeah, this is another one of the great continuations of the story. It is just fantastic that this is still going. I still can't believe how awesome these screenshots are and how well he can tell the story, and he even sometimes gets, other players to help him act out things, and it is really cool.
I think it's great that it's still going. I mean, it's amazing. Been going almost as long as we have.
Now the question is, will the Silmarillion film project or the Family Line end first? That's the question.
We should start a pool. We should start a betting pool.
And we can't let Tim get involved in the betting.
So do they plan to keep on the lore halls open or still there after
they
the
will
project?
Be.
Nice.
Well, the lore halls are open. In other words, they're not a closed space. In other words, they're open to anybody. I mean, anybody could use them. So
it's basically just like an update to Bree, essentially, but they are doing it for you guys, which is awesome.
Right.
Just an added space. Do we know where the entrance is? Where it's
going to be where it's going to be one of the doors where the cat lady's house is. So if you go up the Scholar Stairs.
Oh right, yeah. Right
there's like a courtyard where her place is, and there's like 3 different doors. And there was one door we voted on, but we're not sure that's the one. So I keep going up there and running my mouse over the doors just in case. But so it'll be one of those doors.
Nice. Doesn't show.
Please accidentally release it either.
So the lore people hang out right next to the cat lady. What does that say about?
I know, really.
That she's not as crazy as everyone thinks she is.
Well, actually going into, one of the easiest things would be on Tuesday, rather than making people move to someplace else in Brie, is just everybody load into the cat lady's house. That would be pretty funny.
It's sure have someone detour. I'm sorry, guys, it's not open yet. Just go into the cat lady house. Don't mind the cats; they won't harm you.
Who invited all of you people here?
Or actually, the better place would be just to go, where the scholar place is. If you keep going, you go across that little stone stair where the reflecting pool is, and you go inside. That's probably a good spot to go.
Of course, that could be a questing place where people may be going into. So.
That's true. That's true. Well, it's no different than when Mythgard Adventures had a big one of our big dues in Elrond's library, and here's Corey standing next to Elrond talking, and these people keep jumping down. You know how you jump down from upstairs, and they keep jumping down into this like huge group of people.
That
awesome.
was funny to watch too.
That was funny. It was funny.
You see people kind of slowly turn around. And
Yeah,
take
they'd
the
be like,
room, and some would
they'd
shrug them out, and others would just grab their quests and run away. Just like, oh,
So,
okay.
what was that? Should I
Anyway.
be here?
Yeah.
Yes, I'm sure we'll have. Oh, and I think we were going to have a LOTRO Players reporter actually posting about the course every week on the site. So I don't know if Vandang knows that, but won't be me. It's not me. I promise.
Well, I'll be glad to see it. So
Okay, good.
Yeah.
It's a good thing. Anyway, we kind of reverted from Family Line back into the course again. Sorry, guys. Onward, finally.
Right, onward. Critters celebrates its first anniversary. It's a year old. Well, that's quite a bit old. So we have a little holiday card here from the Critters, and he's telling us what his plans are for the upcoming year.
You're talking about the actual animals made themselves a card?
Well, I would presume
Kind
the
of, yeah, I
squirrel made the card, but the animals seem to be featured on the card.
Yeah, he got a lot of animals in here.
Yes, I
Might
quite
be
a-
a little bit of Photoshop involved there.
I have a feeling that's the case because it's hard for me to believe that he managed to get them all to be there at once without players.
Maybe photoshopped out the players.
Well, that's one way to do it.
But
But Photoshop involved somehow.
The bear decided not to eat the cats.
Maybe it served the food.
Good move.
That's all it was used for.
Then let's head into Poems of the Pine, The Waters of Isengard, which is the conclusion of Volume 3. With the battle won, we wondered how the traitor Saruman will take the loss. With the king, we headed to the keep of the wizard, where Gandalf would carry the council's judgment. Along the road, the rangers we met, so at last the Grey greeted their chief. Reunited, we went to the wizard's home, which was flooded with waters from the wood's revenge. Then we started our search for stranded Lothrindir, who was kept in dungeons by the daughter of no name. We searched all the nooks until the nameless appeared to mock the memory of our missing friend. Yet when all seemed lost, we learned the truth and freed our friend from his fetters. As for the nameless daughter, whose nature changed, we made her name Mercy.
Have mercy.
Very, very nice.
Nice job, nice
Very
job.
nice. Very nice.
And that finishes Volume 3. Whee! I guess that means I have to start working on Volume 4.
I suppose so, finally.
Though I won't be able to.
You won't be able to finish? Is that what you're
I
going to
won't be able to finish. I won't be able to finish Volume 4 this year, since I don't think LOTRO is going to be finished with Volume 4 this year.
Well, and you only have 5 hours left.
I was wondering if anyone was going to pick up on that.
No. Oh, no. I meant for 2017.
Yes, I know, finally.
Yeah.
Well,
Try to finish it
but
next
you'll
year.
at least get to Mordor. We know you're going to get to Mordor, so that's
Yeah, and
good.
that'll probably add in multiple volumes because usually with multiple books because usually with expansions they have multiple books. So
Do they usually
Yeah.
with an expansion?
But I won't be doing any. I will not be doing any poem for a volume that we have, or I say for an epic quest that we have not yet done a review for. So until we've done a review for the update, I will not do it since it contains spoilers, and I figure
Hint,
the
hint.
and
update
Pineleaf is
show
wanting
will
us
be
to do the review is what is really going there. So okay.
Well, I've got a few. Well, I have to get through the earlier parts before I get to that section anyway. But
So if you can't finish until they get to Mordor, does that mean you're going to have to hold the door?
Oh.
Or we
Bada
could
bing.
just add,
No.
more doors.
Let's check what our week was in LOTRO. And dang.
Yes, Pineleaf. I had an eventful week. As a graduation / Christmas present, I got a new camera, which is a Canon G7X. It's kind of the vlogging camera that a lot of YouTubers use. And so I've been spending a lot of time setting that up this week and getting everything all set up to be using that in my YouTube videos. And I've released a few videos with the new camera and had to get like new lighting because I needed white lighting because this camera needs that, and so I had to get new light bulbs and stuff like that. So made like emergency trips to Lowe's and other things like that, but got it all set up now. Also, I finally doubled my laptop's RAM. This has been a 4-year process of trying to get this done, and basically the different types of RAM I tried wouldn't ever work. So this time I decided, hey, why don't I actually research what type of RAM works with this laptop? And so instead of just trusting employees to assume that RAM works. So I did that and got it from Amazon, which I was a little bit worried about because I couldn't return it. That's why I'd always gotten it from stores. And installed it into my computer, worked perfect, and am now able to do a lot faster editing. So that's really helped out with editing speed so that the videos don't lag as much when I'm editing, which helps out quite a bit. Also this week, actually in LOTRO, yes, I did actually do stuff in LOTRO this week. I helped the Rangers keep their camp quote-unquote safe. It's arguable how much I helped them, depending on if you believe a certain character or not and what they were saying, which I'm not going to spoil, but let's just say, it's very arguable how safe it was.
Does it involve arrows?
Maybe Pineleaf. It might involve banners as well, but
okay.
yeah, it might have included a series of quests that the Rangers thought made their thing more safe, but I don't think so.
Okay.
Also, I started Volume 4. So I was able to finish Volume 3 before Pineleaf, which was like, I don't know if it was like a bet or what it was, but it was a thing that was, and so I didn't beat him before his YouTube series, but I did before his poems, so I still consider that a win. And so I started going through Volume 4, and when I went through Paths of the Dead the first time, it was kind of a letdown. I was expecting more. This time, I was impressed. I actually went back through it now that I had managed my expectations and really enjoy Paths of the Dead. I think they did a really fantastic job with it, and just really enjoyed going through the epic story through there. So, Forte, what have you been up to?
So, I've actually been doing Yule Fest, and more Yule Fest, and then I tried building a gold coin or gold nugget snowman, and that didn't work very well. Because now I have to decide between when to do Yule Fest, when to do the treasure hunt, and so I've been actually focusing on, building up like 30 pickaxes at a time and all these other trinkets, and then running a whole series there, just so I feel like I'm actually doing something. I don't think I'm gonna get to the 1,000 tokens so I can get the goat, but we'll see what happens with that. I haven't been really doing a lot with the Yule Fest since Treasure Hunt came back, because I can't make a decision which one to do. But I finally started doing the Bounder Babbly streams again. Still not the greatest internet speed to be able to make sure I keep people in the streams themselves, but hopefully I should improve that on that soon. But as to the actual in-game, I've actually continued through on the central Gondor area. I've actually left off with the whole epic on book 4, or volume 4, book 4, until I can actually get a couple more levels to finish it up, because it can kind of be difficult at times, especially when you're doing it alone. And 1 week from Hobnanigans, which also means that Maven, as you all probably know, Maven will be coming in as a commentator for the actual tournament. Woo!
We'll see what a draw that is, right? I'm sure either crowds will show up or a record number of people won't show up. One of the two.
Exactly. I think people. I think that the attendance will triple. So that means instead of having one person show up, we'll have at least 3 people show up.
There you go.
But it's nice. We usually have like 4 teams. Surprisingly, that's like what 4 times 3. That's 12 competitors total. So it's pretty good.
That's not
I
bad.
just imagine Maven being like, and the chicken clucks right into the goal.
Except
We'll
for
see,
chicken,
right?
it'd be more like the chicken clucks right
I'll
into the
channel my best Mexican soccer commentator.
Yeah. So that will end up being next Saturday there's gonna be 1 p.m. server time. So that's and that's gonna be if anyone's interested in competing or even coming to spectate. It's 1 p.m. at the Hamnanigans Fields, and so that'll be interesting. It'll be fun. Plus, I'll be having the Hamnanigans Discord up for anyone who wants to listen in on what's going on and be able to hear everything. So it's gonna be fun. I think it's gonna be great.
Cool.
What about you, Corvette? What have you been doing?
Well, we had our first ever Fuel Fest special with me and Mrs. Carve. It was ridiculous. There was a lot of parodied carols that involved dwarven lore. Deck the Halls with Goblin Bowels, or Bowels of Goblin was one that came out at the time. La 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 la. Just the season 2 be chopping, and it just kind of continued from there. We had a lot of fun. I've been helping Mrs. Carve get some of the stuff that she wanted, so we've been kind of going back and forth doing each other's characters. I ran my Beorning through Epic Volume 1 in the Lone Lands, and then North Downs, and then went to the Trollshaws and got him up to the point where he unlocked the books, which was great because you could port back to there. The Beorning's trainer that has the books is actually in the Vale of Anduin, so you have to go all the way back there to get the books and then come all the way back to Rivendell. So I was able to leverage the various quick ports to get to Bree to do that one quest in Ekid Candleth that the lady says, yeah, you got to go tell that poor trader's wife that he's dead. And so I went all the way back to Bree and I talked to her and he's like, no, he's right here. Spoiler. And then so it's like, oh, okay, cool. Give me the reward, you know? But that was a lot of fun. I love being a part of the Twitch LOTRO streamer community, even though I feel like I'm a very small niche. Because every time I get on and I stream, somebody shows up that I've never seen before or I don't recognize your username. And they're like, hey, this is cool. You've gotten that far on free-to-play? That's amazing. Are you crazy? Or, you know, why are you doing this? Or, hey, that's a cool class. How do you like it? And there's always somebody who's got a question that is like, hey, I've never done this thing you're doing. How does that work? And so I get a chance to share what I know. And that's part of the reason that keeps me coming back week after week. Just sharing and having a good time with people. Sometimes there's folks I know, sometimes there's folks I don't know. But there's always a good mix, even though sometimes we'll have 4 and then sometimes there'll be 20 people. I look forward to that Saturday morning time slot. Another thing I did over the break, I was hanging out at my cousin's house and I read a lot of Lord of the Rings related content in the Adventures in Middle-earth roleplay system, which has come out recently to play Dungeons & Dragons 5th edition with a Lord of the Rings skin. That is going to be a lot of fun. Because it is Lord of the Rings, they've really cut out most of the magic, but they've made it much more character development oriented.
That's cool.
So it's much more about the journey, much more about how you as a player interact with the other people in the world and how you decide to balance the presence of shadow versus the forces of good, so to speak. So there's actually consequences that hit your character immediately if you make a choice to be a murder hobo. So I'm really kind of looking forward to seeing how that plays out when we start that stream the 12th, actually, which will be Thursday, a week from Thursday. So we'll see.
Very exciting.
Yeah, that's going to be cool. But other than that, Maven, how was your week?
Oh, my week. Oh, my gosh. Well, first, Airthird and I, we did our Glumly and Marvelous Tolkien Trivia run on Monday, our stream that we do every other week. And this particular time, we we wanted to do the Great Barrow instances. Both of our characters are like mid-20s, like 24, 25, and going into them. And so we asked, invited folks who were at that level to go through. And I've never done the Great Barrow at that level. I mean, it levels up, obviously, and I've gone a lot with Carve and other folks, but I had never really done it at 20. So it was really fun. We had a really good group go through, and we were so full of ourselves at the end of that run that we went and saved the Bells of Dale, which we were a little bit like, I don't know, but it went really well. It was really lots of fun. It's always fun to come through all that and like, yeah, we prevailed. Then with a different group, we had a 7-person fellowship, also known as an incomplete raid, in Western Gondor, and we took on roving threats and just wailed through the roving threats in Western Gondor. So we again, very full of ourselves, said, let's go find a Mumak in Osgiliath, which is a raid level roving threat, right? So that did not go well. We keep trying to get that Mumak on the bridge, and it just isn't working. So that was an ignominious end to that particular evening, but still did a lot of work with roving threats in Western Gondor. And I've been running up to 10 alts a day through the Yulefest, plus running Glordriel through the North Ithilien dailies. Although I have to admit, over the last day or two, that's gotten really tedious. So I haven't been running at quite that level. But anyway, I figured take advantage of the fest. I'm leveling up characters. I'm running them through Ale Association stuff. I'm getting the North Ithilien stuff so I can make essences, which leads me to the last thing, which is that Glordriel managed to score 2 pieces of the new North Ithilien gear. And those of you who are collecting flower essences will understand how significant that is. Because like you have to collect a lot of flower essences to have enough to get 2 pieces of gear. And I have enough essences and have enough to make essences for both pieces, but I'm not going to worry about that until after Yulefest. So I'm sure I will be reporting it back what a difference it makes to have new buff gear on. Pine Leaf, bring us home with how your week went.
Right. We'll begin with, as usual, on the Arkenstone field trip, where we ran some small fellowship skirmishes. Since not everybody was there, we decided to team up, run some skirmishes. And what we did is we decided that since not everybody was there and we were running our Moria characters there, we decided to turn on Stones of Tortoise so that we wouldn't out-level the rest of the group or anything like that. So we ran through those, and they went reasonably well. The first one that we ran, we wound up afterwards going, maybe it'll help if we actually rank up our soldiers a little bit now. Because it's been a while since we had run skirmishes with those characters, so we went and ranked up our soldiers so that we're in a much better state. Then on my Bjorning, I finished up my series with my Bjorning, where I concluded with the final bit of the epic that's out there now, and I decided that at the end of this year I will be closing out my Bjorning series since I'm at level cap and I've reached the end of the epic as it currently is. And I'll be replacing that with my Champion series, which I started last month.
Nice.
Then while running some of the new content on my Warden, I came to wonder there's this apprentice healer that you run into. And why does this apprentice healer have twice the morale of a Warden? Just wondering.
Maybe he doesn't need, maybe needs to be twice as happy.
Oh, she needs to be twice as happy? Okay. All right, well, I suppose so. And I also ran some skirmishes with Andangs to help him reach level 95 so that he could start his new series, which he said that he started this week.
Yeah, and thanks, Pine Leaf. That was a lot of fun.
Yeah. And we survived. Yes.
I don't know if Pine Leaf feels the same way all of a sudden.
He sounded like kind of underwhelmed. Yeah. Wow.
Andang announced that he was. I think Andang announced that he was doing this. I think it was it Chris? Was it Christmas Eve or Christmas Day or something like this?
Something like that, Pine Leaf. Yeah.
Right, and you announced it something about 9 o'clock or something. He's okay. Okay, get ready.
It was Christmas Eve because I wasn't here Christmas Day, so yeah.
All right, yeah, so Christmas Eve, so we did that late on Christmas Eve then.
What server are you guys doing it on?
Landreval.
Oh, okay.
And at the rate I'm gaining levels with this volume of the Epic Story, we might be doing another skirmish stream sometime soon, finally.
Why, you're not gaining levels any?
Not too quickly, since this first book goes all the way to 100 pretty quickly, and not a lot of XP there.
Well, yes, you do have. You do have a point with that, since most of the XP is coming from the side quests and all.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because even right now, level 99 in Upper Lebanon, I'm still in Upper Lebanon, still 99. So there's a lot of quests, but it doesn't seem to be a lot of experience gained, which is kind of crazy.
Well, once you get to Dol Amroth, the cap stayed at 100 until you
Right,
got
so
to the.
I need to get to at least 96 at some point, is my goal.
You have to get to 96.
Yeah,
Why?
and then I'll probably just level the rest of the way to 100 with the rest of the epic, probably.
Okay. Because why do you have to get to 96? That's because you.
Because I don't want to be 5 levels under going
Oh, okay,
through the
okay.
content.
You're afraid those miles will be too tough for you.
Just a little, yeah.
Okay. I guess that makes sense. We currently have 25 supporters on Patreon. If you'd like to join this illustrious raid of players and help support LOTRO players, simply go to the donations page where you can support the Players Alliance on Patreon. There you'll find rewards, including a mention on the podcast of your choice, or even be a guest with us here for an episode of LOTRO Players News. And this week, we have an email from Onishi. And Maven, could you please read this? Okay, maybe Maven won't be reading it then.
Here I am. Onishi writes, "Good morning. All possible meanings intended, of course."
Wait, what?
I'm not sure. Okay.
Is
That
this
has
a
to do with
warning
the
be
Hobbit
good upon,
stuff.
or is
Yeah.
this you saying that I should
Oh,
be good on
good
this
morning, of course. Do you mean good? Okay, I got it.
Yep.
Let's say you're gearing a new account up from free to play, but the person doesn't want to make the monthly commitment of a subscription. What would be the first 10 essential purchases this new account should shoot for? I've considered writing, lifting the currency cap, the expansion packs, which I count as one thing, and I'm looking at the Evendim, Eregion, and Forkel or Angmar quest packs. Am I missing anything? I'm a little purchase blind as a lifer, and I tend to take my level of access for granted. Really feeling my lifer privilege here, but still at your service and your families. Onishi of Landreval.
Carve, this sounds like a question for you.
Yeah, I was going to say, it sounds like a
well,
carve question.
If you are taking a free to player, I would push content over everything else initially.
Yeah.
The way I have told people to do it is you start with Evendim. First, you level up a character to 30, you buy Evendim, which you usually have enough TP by the time you get at least one character up to 30. If you save all your TP, you don't buy anything else. Sorry, LP. Reconditioning my brain. Save your Lotro points. Don't buy anything except for Evendim. Once you get Evendim, then you've got the ability to take the first 2 free character slots you get up to level 40, and by that point, you should have enough LP to purchase your next quest pack, which if you were trying to shoot to get to level 50, Agmar will be your bet, or you'll want to look at what level range you want to be at. The currency cap is huge. That one will save you a lot of grief.
Mm-hmm.
The barter wallet, if you can get your hands on that, will save you a lot of grief. These are some pretty high LP items, but they do help. The barter wallet will take all those annoying little reputation things you get from places like Evendim and put them into a virtual wallet so you don't have to have them in your inventory.
Oh, I thought you just clicked them to consume it.
No, not the rep clickies. I'm talking about the tradable barter items. Like the fish you get from the festivals and like those all those Athelian things that are popping up at the Yulefest this year, all that stuff is barter items. So if you don't have a barter wallet on your account, they sit in your bags. I know my Bjorning has about 5 of those things right now.
It's weird because I have them.
Yeah. If you don't have the upgraded barter wallet, which costs like 999 LP, it doesn't go into that virtual wallet. But those are things, if you want, if you've got access to content as a lifer, if you can catch it on sale, the Journeyman or the Apprentice Writing Bundle are the bomb. Every time you open up an account, you get a new character. You get mounts like right there, bang. Purchase the expansions when they're on sale at Thanksgiving or Christmas, or at the anniversary. Sometimes they do it, and that's the quad pack That's the quad pack being Moria, Mirkwood, Isengard, Rohan, and then pick up Helm's Deep when it's on sale, and then you can start unlocking the higher level content as you go. Um, as far as like quality of life type stuff, more bag space is always good. Shared storage is awesome. Um, Wardrobe space is kind of one of those things where if you'd like to have that kind of thing, go ahead and get it while it's on sale. The biggest thing I've done, because I've been playing my free-to-play account now for about 14 months, I've unlocked all the content using turbine points. Dang it! LOTRO points in-game. Most of it has been turbine points, though, legitimately. It's only been this last few weeks that I've been using LOTRO points. I've unlocked all the way up to Isengard. In-game, free-to-play. Not purchased anything. I just go and I get stuff, and I've staggered it. So I've got all of the content for Eriador except for Eregion unlocked. All of the quest packs. And I don't think I have Forkel either yet. I may have Forkel, I can't remember. But I have Moria, Mirkwood, and Isengard unlocked as expansions with in-game turbine points, and that's just buying things when they're on sale. So riding is an awesome thing. Lifting the currency cap is an awesome thing. The expansion packs are awesome. Evendim is the first one I always get as an expansion for quest pack content. Regian is a good one to have. Forkel is another good one to have. If you want to level up some characters after a while, once you get up to around 50, if you go and pay like $15, I think it is, for 1 month, you unlock a ton of trade slots. Plus you get swift travel and you get a whole bunch of really good perks after you've got a couple characters up to level. If you have any interest in playing the Beorning, don't buy the Beorning class, buy the Beorning bundle so you can get this slot that comes with it at a discount. That's all I can think of right now.
All right.
There's a ton of good stuff.
Yeah. Anyone else have any advice?
Personally, I just focused on quest packs until I got to around level 50, and then I got rid of the currency cap and, started to save up for Moria, and basically just, getting these quality of life things out of the way, like writing skills and things like that, out of the way while I was waiting for the Moria expansion. Then after that, just continued on through Moria and stuff like that. I think I did actually purchase the expansion, then made my way on to the rest of the later zones and bought those with turbine points, I think, until Isengard came around and bought that with money. So it's kind of up to you as how you go through it, but Evendim is definitely a vital one after their revamp, I think. I think that is the best zone to be buying as a free-to-play character. You get the most bang out of your buck for the amount you spend.
Oh, yeah. It will take you to level 40, 41, 42. Yep. Easy.
Because usually I usually follow it until I go to Angmar, until I can level high enough so I can go to Region before I go into Moria.
Now, one thing to note is I noticed that you were saying here that they didn't want to commit to the monthly commitment of a subscription. If you're not necessarily tied to must be completely free to play, there are some people, what they do is they subscribe for 1 month to unlock certain things.
Right.
In order to do it. And
if you don't want to use your credit card, you can buy game time codes. I don't know if they're in stores still, but they are available on the LOTRO market.
Yeah, because it'll unlock your gold cap, unlocks your travel, like your stable travel, unlocks your bags, I believe, as well.
The bags they're kind of a point of contention. I don't know if they do the bags anymore.
Well, they should.
Yeah. It used you got up to 5 slots with the quote unquote VIP, but I don't think that's a given anymore.
Yeah, all they did was just change over the slots, but you can still have like the 6 bags. It's just you don't have as many slots within those bags.
Actually, I think you get I got the impression I'm a lifer, so therefore I don't know what happens.
Yeah, I know. I heard at one point they changed it to where when you go VIP and you get the monthly subscription or you buy time codes, you don't automatically get the equivalent of 5 bags. I think it's now you get something like the equivalent of what used to be 3, maybe 4. There's like a certain slot limit, but it's not what it used to be. And there was some grumbling on the forums about it, but that was like several years ago, and I've never actually confirmed it.
Yeah, it's something that needs to be confirmed before you say that's the case, I think.
Yeah.
Especially something on so credible as LOTRO News.
Absolutely. So when you upgrade to VIP, you may or may not get backspace. It would be awesome. But if you do find out if you do, let us know.
Would not
But yeah,
confirm nor
it's-
deny.
Whether you do or not,
Yeah.
it's still something I think you'd want to do. You get a lot of perks, plus you get 500 turbine points per, the amount of months that you were paying for. If it's just 1 month, or if you get the time code, then you get 2 months there. And so, that adds value as well because you're getting points back. So I think it's a pretty good deal.
Yeah, well, just like for an example, I'm on a character right now that's a level 24 champion. I have access to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 trait slots that I would have to pay to unlock right now if I were to choose to unlock them. If I were to go VIP, that's basically 570 LOTRO points that I have to spend to unlock those. Well, that's a third of what a month of a VIP would cost. So
Yeah.
if I was on a higher level character, and the nice thing is once you take a character that you have on your account into a status where you are now VIP on that account, that character's abilities are unlocked for everything that they're going to be able to do until level cap, as far as their trait slots and stuff like that.
Yeah, because
And
you
an
change
important-
from VIP then premium if you ever drop your VIP.
Yeah, then they go into the premium plus, which is the premium that used to be VIP as opposed to the premium because you bought something.
And an important thing to note is to create as many characters as you can while you're VIP so that you
Yes.
get those unlocked, because that can save you a ton of money later on.
Yeah, it sure can.
Even if you
As
don't play
somebody-
them.
As somebody who is currently unlocking his trait slots on his Bjorning, I can tell you, yeah, at 95 every time I unlock a new trait slot, I'm like, oh, come on. And the only character, just to kind of let you know, the only character I've actually taken the time to do that out of the 6 characters I have on this account is the Bjorning. I've unlocked 1 or 2 here or there, and it hasn't made a huge difference. As somebody who's played them both free to play and VIP, it hasn't made like a huge difference in terms of the gameplay. But on the Bjorning, it really unlocks the damage potential of bear form. So that's when I went ahead and did it. But otherwise, it hasn't made a huge impact in terms of how I play the game up through as high as level 69, I think, right now.
If you would like to send us an email, you can send it to podcast@lotroplayers.com. You can also follow us at Twitter, the Players Alliance @PlayersAlly, Lotro Players @Lotro Players, Andang @AndangLP, Forte @Forte_Maestro, Carvette @CarvetteLP, Maven @TolkienMaven, Pineleaf @Pineleaf News, and Terry Adwin @TerryAdwin. The Players Alliance has 4 live shows every Monday at 8:30 p.m. U.S. Eastern Time. We have DDO Players News. Every Thursday at 9 p.m.-ish U.S. Eastern Time, we have XP Quest. Every Saturday at 8:30 p.m. U.S. Eastern Time, we have Lotro Players News. And on the last Friday of each month at 8:30 p.m. U.S. Eastern Time, we have Lotro Academy After School. You can join us for our live shows at lotroplayers.com/live. Thank you, everyone, for listening, and have a Happy New Year. This is Punny Needles reminding you to skirmish responsibly.